New York, stand up. That's right, New York, stand up all over the state. I'm not just talking about the five boroughs. I'm talking about even upstate. I'm talking about everywhere you drive around in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Within every border of the state of New York. New York, stand up. I'm here in Atlanta, but I let people know where I'm from, and they be like, "Yo, what borough are you from? You from Brooklyn? You from Queens? This is that." Like, yeah, I lived in Brooklyn before. I said, but I'm from the capital. I'm from Albany. I'm from the place where they sign the front of the checks. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, listen, y'all. There's a very powerful lesson that I have learned and has kind of gotten deeper ingrained in me from these NBA finals, and that is serve the people you come to serve, no matter how much they doubt you in the beginning. When Jalen Brunson first got drafted, not when he got drafted, when he first got signed to the Knicks, right? Everybody was like, Jalen Brunson, he's not it. He's too small. He can't do the job. He can't lead a franchise, blah, 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 right? They have all of these things to say. And he didn't do a lot of clapping back. All he did was went to work. You know what I'm saying? He went to work, and in every season that he played after he got signed to the Knicks, they were going to the playoffs. I mean, this finals championship win was 3 years in the making. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't just happen overnight. He just went to work. He didn't complain. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, they not feeling me. You know what I mean? Who wasn't walking around with his head down kicking rocks. He went to work. And I think we should do the exact same thing. In the beginning of our process sometimes, or sometimes in the beginning of our career or in a new venture in life, you may have the people who you've come to serve just kind of like look you up and down and just kind of doubt you. You know what I'm saying? Where you from? What have you done? What can you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you can't argue with success. So the best thing for you to do a lot of times is just go to work. Just go to work. Just serve the people. You know how you serve them. You know what I'm saying? Serve them the way you know how you can do it. And do it the best way you can. And do it with love. You know what I mean? Because after time, they may not love you. They may not be cheering for you. You know what I'm saying? They may not go all out crazy over you, but at the end of the day, they're going to receive what you came to give them. You understand what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, when it comes to our purpose, when it comes to the reason why we're here, when it comes to, focusing on why we're doing what we're doing, sometimes we're not going to get that warm welcome. Sometimes we're not going to get that red carpet that's laid out. Sometimes they are going to straight up doubt us. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, and when you did what you said you was going to come to do, they're going to celebrate you. When you did what you said you was going to come to do, they may love you. You know what I'm saying? They may embrace you. Or they might just, give you what's asked for at the other end of the contract. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you did your job. You did what you were supposed to do. You represented, and that's what's important. That we do what we say we came to do. You know what I mean? And I can even give you an example, right? There was one time when I was cutting this client from out of town. He's not used to paying the prices in the area. So I told him the price of the haircut. He's like, what? What I do is I don't argue with people. I just walk them over and directed them to, you know what I'm saying, the menu. You know what I'm saying? Show them what's on the price list. All right? This is what it is. At the end of the day, the way I feel, if it's for you, that's fine. If it's not for you, that's fine as well. I'm cool. I'm not going to argue with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. I know that I'm worth that and then some. And I'm not going to try to even spend all day to even convince you of that. At the end of the day, you're either going to trust me or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Or you're either going to pay this price or you're not. But what's cool is he had a friend that was there that was like, yo, man, he was like, look, don't worry about it. He was like, pay what you can pay. I'll take care of the rest. Just sit down. Because his friend, he knows what we can do. You know what I'm saying? So he sat in a chair. And, you know, while I'm doing my thing, cutting his hair and whatnot, you know, every chance he get, like when I turn my back, you know how they do? When I turn my back to go ahead and grab, you know what I'm saying, some tools or whatever the case may be, or switch up clippers or things of that nature. No, he's in the mirror, checking out the points, checking out how everything coming along. And so I'm getting back to work. Turn my back again, he's doing the same thing, checking the mirror, seeing. But one thing I noticed, every single time he did that, he would get more relaxed. Like he would just sit back in the chair. And then it was like the third time that he did that, I'm going back to the cut. And he looked me in my eyes and he said, how old you is? That's how he said it. All right, I'm just quoting exactly how he said it. He said, how old you is? And I said, I'm 50. You know what I'm saying? He's like, how long you been doing this? I said, since I was 13 years old. He said, yo, he said, you cold with them clippers. Sat back, let me finish my work. Now in the beginning, bro was complaining. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I didn't add, he was complaining about his last haircut. Because he said, I'm used to paying $20, $30, but he was complaining about his last haircut because they didn't do his taper right. And I could have been like, oh yeah, it looked like a $20, $30 haircut. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. Didn't be no smart aleck or nothing like that. I went ahead and just, you know what I mean? Took care of him, did what I had to do for the client. And so at the end of the cut, he got right on the phone with his girl. You know how we do when we know we cute? You know what I'm saying? He got right on FaceTime with his girl. He wanted to show her all the angles and all the everything. And he had me put the black spray on it and all that. And you know what I'm saying? So my dude was fresh. But after that, his boy got in the chair, right? The one that told him to sit down, he was going to pay whatever the difference was. But here's the difference when you have a client in your chair that trusts you, which speaks to another video that I did. He sat down. A few minutes later, his eyes was closed. He was just enjoying the experience, getting his hair cut. You know what I'm saying? After he told me what he wanted, blah, blah, I started cutting his hair, closed his eyes, and just chill. Let me do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? The fade and the taper, the line up, the razor, all that different kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Had no problem paying me the price and paying for the difference from what his boy couldn't cover. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, do what you came to do. New York, show them what you are made of. That's another reason why I love that Wakanda Forever movie. Because at the end of the day, instead of just like the first movie when they were saying, tell them who you are, she was saying, show them who you are. So in this season in our lives, we need to go ahead and show them who we are, wherever you are. Because I still believe there's nobody like a New Yorker. When we come into the scene, I'm telling you, we add something special to the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, it's just how I feel. It's just how I see it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it just has a lot to do with what we go through. You know what I'm saying? And what we see as we're growing up and who we choose to be. You know what I'm saying? As a result of the things that we see, the things that we hear, the things that we go through growing up. You know what I mean? You got to have tough skin. You know, you got to do some things to make you grow up fast sometimes. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I think we bring something special to the table wherever we go. So wherever you are, New York, in America, wherever you are in the world, you don't have to walk around like you the best thing since sliced bread, but just do what you say that you come to do. Serve the people the best you can. Love on the people the best you can. Share your gifts. Share your talents. Share your flair. Share your sauce. You know what I'm saying? And let's continue to go around, make the world a better place. Share what we have, but also don't forget, never put a period in your business where you should only put a comma. I'll holler at you later. Peace.